Welcome to Talk Sporty To Me, a Sports with Aliyah talk show. Today's guest is the first Wichita State men's basketball alumni that we're having on the show. He is a fan favorite, his family is a fan favorite, and I'm just so excited to have him on today, and it is Zach Brown. Zach, how does it feel to be back in Wichita?
It's decent. I say it's a beautiful place, beautiful people. I love Wichita. In all honesty, I thought I could deny it, but I can't. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were gone for a whole year, so let's talk about your first year as a professional basketball player. How was it being in France?
It was actually decent. It's about time I really got out. I've been alone for the past 8 years, just traveling, never really staying at home. But this was a very big change. Brand new setting, so it was very interesting to say the least. A lot of different ways of culture and their customs, the way they move, the way they interact. Everything is almost completely opposite of here, but it's still nice at the same time.
And what would you say was the biggest culture shock for you then when you went there?
They don't eat breakfast in the mornings.
They don't?
I
didn't know that.
they eat breakfast, but here you could have breakfast at around 11 o'clock. It's guess you could say it's like a lazy time. They eat breakfast from 7 to about 8:30 in the morning. If you don't wake up at that time, you're really not gonna get breakfast. And they don't eat they don't really serve pancake mix or anything of that type of sort. They have pancakes in a baggie.
Really?
You buy a bunch of pancakes in an 8 to 10 pack bag, and inside they have their own individual bags like Hot Pockets, and you just whip them out and heat them up type stuff, and it's little things like that.
Yeah, the little things you never thought you'd realize is different. So then with the language barrier then, how was dealing with that?
Well, I took French in college, and I always really wanted to learn French, so I guess, you could say God or higher power put me in French to at least experience it, I feel like. And, that was the main thing that I was focused on while I was down there, along with basketball, was trying to understand, what they were saying to me.
Wow.
That's how,
yeah.
And, I didn't really want anybody speaking on my name, and I don't know what they're saying. So if I could hear them, I just say, "I got you." I know exactly what you said. You know what I mean? So that was pretty interesting, but still very difficult to say the least.
And then with your teammates, what other countries were some of your teammates from? What do you do when you guys speak different languages? How does that work?
They were mainly all French. With those type of teams, if you're in that country, well, for France now they changed it to where you can only have one American on your team and one other foreign player.
Gotcha.
Last year we had 2 Americans, but he also had a French passport, so he was basically a citizen. So I was the only real American player. Had a couple guys from Mali. That's I don't know what part of Africa that is, but they're from Mali. He could speak Mali. He could speak also 2 other languages along with it, besides French and other sorts of things. So that was pretty interesting. Other than that, they were just all mainly French.
Interesting. And then with the style of play, is it much different than what we see here in America or what you saw in college? Just the pace of the game, or just
pace is very slow.
It is.
So much slower. I wasn't at the highest level that you could possibly be at in France. That's really what I'm working towards. So, it was just such a major difference from college, being able to go through those tough practices, learning your timing, learning how to get open, learning when and when not to shoot, what's a good shot and bad shot, what position to be in. Positioning was really the main thing because the court's a little bigger, it's a little wider. Now, NCAA has it to where it's the 4 and 3 point line, so that was the main thing that I was really trying to get down. You know, you couldn't help as much as you could in NCAA and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think that was pretty interesting.
So when games get really, close and it's the heat of the moment, how is the communication then when you guys have to come up with the play at the last second or anything like that?
Well, the good thing about my coach is that he spoke perfect English. You know,
Wow, that's good.
If you probably saw him text, it would kind of be different. But we have a lot of words that are close or that we use that were once French languages. You know, a lot of languages, they come from the most early forms of, language.
Yeah.
Like Latin and French and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So a lot of our words were really the same, but there were a lot of like bigger words like exceptional, like or I could think of so many right now, like habits or like things of that nature. It was weird actually hearing him speak to me, and he was using such proper English. It's very proper English when they speak English, but very understandable for me. And we had a very good relationship, me and him. One thing he always told me is like, I paid you to play basketball, get the ball in the rim, and play your heart out. You have free will, you have free reign. Just do what you want, do what you have to do. And I never really had that before, so that was very interesting, and I feel like I took full advantage. When it got down to the last moments of the game, it was really, he was very intense coach, but I wouldn't say you could tell the nervousness off of him, So he'd mostly be speaking in French, and I really just have to really try to hold in and look at the X's and O's more than the language, or what he's saying. So that's how I really tried to be a part of the end game. But there were some times where I'd run the wrong play. It was more than one time where I wasn't in the correct spot I was supposed to be. It always wasn't negative, but he was like, I didn't tell you to be there, but things work out.
Yeah.
But, things of that nature.
And then, you came from such a huge fan base here, Wichita State basketball. You know how those fans get. How are the fans there?
Pretty decent, and it was really tight knit. So I made a lot of good relationships while I was out there. A lot of guys that were real fans of us. They'd come to our games. The farthest game we had was 12 hours. That was crazy. We drove everywhere.
Oh.
So, there'd be fans, kind of on the bus, on the plane, there'd be here. But, like I said, it was very tight-knit. Afterwards, we go to, a little section or a club after the game. We have wine or beer and cheese and, a lot of hors d'oeuvres, and we talk about the game, post-game interviews and everything of that nature. But, it was very interesting, and, you see the same people all the time.
Yeah.
For 10 months, sooner or later, you're going to know who they are and say, hey, Zach, how's it going? Hey, so-and-so, So it was that kind of relationship between the fans and all.
I like how that's laid back. I feel like I should start doing my post-game interviews like that, but, well, college, it was NCAA regulation, so, but.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It's they made a little stage. They had two sections, a private and, they're both private, but one was more high-end than the other one. They'd send 6 of us, 3 up and 3 down, and we get on the stage and they talk and ask us questions and hand us a mic in front of 75 people, and we'd have to try and do our best to explain what happened during the game and how we felt and whatnot. It's hard for me, very hard for me, because I'm trying to speak French.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
Were you nervous for the first one you did? No, you had it in the
Like,
bag.
I knew like I wasn't going to be able to communicate the way I want to communicate. You know, you shouldn't be scared of anything that, you know, where people have actually come to see you and watch you be successful.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Definitely.
You know, people are doing this like they're watching this. They want to see a great interview. You know, they don't want to see anything. You know, all over the place and sloppy for sure. They want
Yeah.
to see everything successful and tight knit. So, just try to do my best. That's a big thing that Wichita State taught me.
Definitely. Speaking of Wichita State now, what you are known for is very unique. It's your style of play. I know you and Rashard Kelly, people called you the glue guys because you really were the glue of the team, especially in those close games, especially if the shooting is off. They could count on you guys to get the rebounds, any loose ball, steals. So how were you able to apply your personal style of play to your professional career?
Well, this thing about being a professional, being a college basketball player, you really find your niche in anywhere you go to. My niche here was to be that glue guy and to be the hustler, do all these sorts of things, You say it was very tough, very tough. Like, sometimes it really doesn't get you where you want to get to, but when you get put in a certain, a different situation to where, we pay you to shoot the ball, you were the main guy, adding that along with, finally bringing in a lot of my offensive game, it was truly amazing. And, when I was really on, we were on, but, a lot of communication and things, made it difficult at times, but, I never lost my defensive spirit and mindset, I was still getting steals, loose balls, rebounding, going for offensive rebounds for sure, but, you add that, you add a lot of offense now, it gets a little more tiring. So, I had a just completely different role, what I mean? So, and like I said, I took full advantage of it.
Good.
It was really amazing to finally be in that position, actually.
Yeah.
And like I said, same for Rashard, he was one of the main guys on his team. He told me when he got back, he said, "Man, I'm getting double teamed every time." I was like, "Yeah, for sure." It's like these people, they depend on us to do certain types of things we haven't done before. Yeah. And, it made it very interesting.
Were you hesitant to shoot at first?
Oh, heck no. I was ready. I've been waiting for these moments for the longest time.
Yeah.
I haven't really played fully since I've been in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And get out there and to bring the ball up the court at times, to come off pick and rolls and do things of that nature, and be able to shot a lot of threes in transition, which is crazy. Just taking the ball, pull up, cause no, and it goes in, and that's that, and that's just the way of being professional. You handle yourself. You should know who you are, what you're comfortable doing. I believe the shots that I took were great shots, so I was like, why not take them?
Yeah, always have to believe they'll go in.
For sure, just major confidence in myself, and I tried to, even though it's difficult, being a rookie, having 30-year-olds on your team and stuff like that. So, other than that, I was ready for that. I was ready for everything that came my way.
Oh, I love that. Another reason that the Shocker fans loved you is your family. Your family is incredible. Tabitha, she played volleyball at Wichita State, and your parents are just such great people. So what have they been up to? Because I'm sure all of these fans would like to know.
It's crazy. My dad is on a business trip right now. He's hit all different parts of Asia at this moment in time. Never been in this position. He said he finally got into the business. There's a section in the airport, where it's like first class, business class, it's like a lounge type. So I don't know if we've all walked past it, but don't go in there ever.
Yeah.
So you go in there, there's pancakes and sausage, all types of breakfast, because he left really early in the morning. So he's like, they have all this stuff here just waiting for you. It was, I don't know the main basis of what he's actually doing out there right now, but his job entrusted him in something very major, and to send him out like that is amazing. My sister, she goes to Rice right now, getting her master's, and
still playing volleyball.
Still playing volleyball, so that's great for her.
My favorite memories actually from when you were at Wichita State was when she was playing volleyball, and it was our first year in the American, and it was a very close game. They were amazing that year, and you were in the stands, like on your feet the entire game, and it was just like the cutest thing. I love how you guys have always supported each other.
Big support for all family. That's how family should be.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying? These are the people that you spend the most time with in your life. Your mother birthed you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we owe them that, in all honesty, and then, always have to be supportive of, brothers and sisters, want them to be successful as well, Just imagine if they were in like a very tough situation, that'd be hard on you.
Yeah.
And it make you feel like you didn't do enough, so, always seeing them happy is my main goal. That's one of my main goals in life, and, family is really big for me, so.
Yeah.
I'm just, my future family is going to be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to act like my dad in the stands. But my mom, she's working on her projects right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's written 2 books so far, No Trace and Get Up, You Big Fat Procrastinator.
Yep.
I think great titles for sure. She did all this herself. And so if you read her book, it's a crazy book about her life, and a very common thing that a lot of us go through. There's a lot of us has dealt with depression, anxiety, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Suicide is one of the big things in the book that she did have to deal with. Different types of people that were in her life that that hinder her from certain type of successes that were supposed to be brought to her, and very interesting to see is. So it was a pretty hard read for me because I'm her son. Hear those types of things, but it's amazing to see where she's came now. It's kind of like that the Fred VanVleet bet on yourself.
Yeah.
She choosing, I choose me. So I like both those titles. So.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's good for her.
And I feel like with you and Tabitha being athletes, some of the things that she talked about in her books and also motivational speaking, I feel like helped you guys on the court because you've always had good character on and off the court.
Try to be, I act a fool on the court if I really didn't have the proper guidance for sure.
Yeah.
I was out in France. I was throwing fits every once in a while, like thinking I'm better than, I wouldn't say better than I actually am, but not holding myself to a higher standard than I should be.
Yeah.
You look at a guy like Kawhi or anything like that.
I love him.
He's a solid guy all the way around. That's why people love him
for
sure. But there's a lot going into that. A whole lot going into it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for everybody.
Oh, me too. I love your family. They're so sweet. So this is actually going to be a new segment that I'm starting on this show. So it's rapid fire questions, just the first thing that pops into your mind when I ask you these. They're not necessarily sports related. It's just fun things about you that people can kind of get to know you a little bit better.
For sure.
So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
I'm with you on that. Everyone's like, why do you like vanilla ice cream? It's so
boring.
but
it's
just
good. Perfect. There's no need, no extra flavors. There's no need for that.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invincibility, Thanos type level. I never I don't know. It's just that's crazy. Like what else would you just what can Superman or Batman do? I'm invincible, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Who's your favorite athlete of all time?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
I wasn't in the Michael Jordan era, so I'd say Michael Jordan. But, in this era, just watching that guy, it's freaking nature.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I love LeBron. Okay, so what's your favorite or go-to pump-up song?
This is tough.
Yeah, there's a million songs.
Yeah, there's so many songs.
I know.
One song that always gets me hyped when I get in the weight room or something is called "Come Up" by Big Sean. On the Come Up, but there's a lot of people I listen to. I couldn't even tell you which ones. Some of them might be inappropriate for the children and everything. We're not trying to have listen.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have any hidden talents or hobbies outside of sports that people don't know about, really?
No really hidden talents. I'm just cold at video games. Nobody can. Yeah, just absolutely cold I would say more Call of Duty. Not really Fortnite kind of guy. Call of Duty,
Call of
Apex
Duty's where it's at.
Legends,
Black
is
Ops.
godly.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, I don't play 2K like that
Yeah.
online or anything. I still beat you. Natural gamer since like
Wow.
3 years old. My
Wow.
parents bought me a little PlayStation. After that, I never really stopped.
Hmm. What's the best TV series or show out there that you like to watch?
I've been watching The Strain lately, but since I've been gone, I haven't been able to watch that. It's on FX. It's like a vampire show. I got hooked on it, but you know, I haven't really been able to watch any of it. It's
Oh.
been sad.
Yeah, you'll have to catch up on that.
I'm also like a Family Guy, you know, cartoons.
Classic, yeah.
Something easy.
Yeah, exactly. And then last one of these, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
That's interesting. I wouldn't say a whale. I was thinking of a whale, but no, not a whale. What else is it? Yeah. Maybe a shark.
A shark?
I'd be a shark, or I'd be a lion, like some kind of cat. You know? Be a regular house cat.
A regular house cat? Not even a
I
lion?
was saying I'd be any kind of cat. You know,
Aw.
cats are just, you know, Egyptians even sought them out as royalty back then. You know,
True. Good
from
point.
lions and tigers and cheetahs and jaguars, even regular house cats are just.
Yeah.
I'm not even like a crazy cat person either. I just, you know, you're so chill. The cats, they don't listen to you if you call them, you know. So
They do their own thing.
yeah, it's just their own thing kind of animal. Like that.
I love that. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I know that you are doing one-on-one basketball lessons, and I mean, if I were still playing basketball, I would definitely take lessons from you because of all of those, your offense and especially your defense. So where can people find you? How can they get in contact with you for that?
They can contact me on my Instagram or Twitter. Twitter is actually Zachary GB2. Let's see if you know how to spell my name like that. Probably fairly simple. And Instagram is _Zay1 with 2 Y's. I'll be posting more of the flyers and everything, so people will be able to see that. It'll also have my number on there as well, you know. So just contact me, text me, call me, or hit me up on social media. You know, I'm always available. And you know, really serious about helping your kid out, or you know, if there are any like kids watching, teenagers really want to get better, you know, I can train. You know, I've been really, you know, I've been saying you know this whole time.
Oh, no, it's fine. You're good.
But I just felt like I needed to find my calling. I wouldn't really say it's my calling right now, for sure, but it's something for me to do over the summer. You know?
Yeah.
Just work for kids. You know, I like to work with kids. Period. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's good for them and also good for me. Get to experience that type of deal. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll do in the future, but you know, I love to help people at the end of the day. So it'd be pretty nice.
That's great. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at funshell18, and don't forget to subscribe and like the Sports with Aliyah page. And then Action Jackson Productions, thank you so much for helping out. As always, they are the best, so make sure you check them out as well. Thanks.